This whole estate is like quite a low-income neighborhood. Like there's rental apartments in the smaller buildings and all. Here we're serving a steak for $100. And I think one of the main ideas of our food is to serve food at its purest state. Or like maybe another term that I can use is called à la minute, which means cook to order or to order in French. Like hawker culture, we're in a turning point right now. But what comes for the next generations? Like there's still a sourness lah. Salt. So we have like quite a lot of like heavy tasks today. We need to make the oil, then we need to make the potato salad, then we are doing caramelized onions, then we're doing the prawn sauce, and then we're doing the beef sauce. So if like we don't try to stay focused now, we'll be very in trouble later lah. And everybody will start getting angry. Who gets angry, man? No lah, nowadays I don't really get angry lah. We just try to help each other out. I'm Fikri, I'm 25 years old this year. I run a small hawker shop called Black Goat. We cook things from raw. We try to find the best quality produce that we can find to be able to serve it here. So when I was young, I used to be very close to my grandfather. He used to cook a lot at home. He was doing scrambled eggs, right? But he mixed the scrambled eggs with olive oil. Maybe it's an alternative to butter lah. But I think like just eating that blew my mind a bit. So I think that was the moment that got me hooked to food. After national service, I joined a 3-star restaurant and I worked my way up from an intern to a chef. When you're working in a Michelin-Star restaurant, you have everything. You have a vacuum machine, you have 5 chillers, a team of 30 to 40 people, the highest quality produce. But then suddenly, you're here in a hawker, like it's a small space. So like a lot of things I have to store at home or I have to do at home. This is my house kitchen. And we bought this trailer because we needed more space. Just had to ask my dad whether he can accept it or not. Like, you can hear the sound. It is quite annoying. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is one thing that my family, they make sacrifices to allow me to have the shop lah.
So younger Singaporeans, I think, represent the evolving hawker culture through the food that they sell. They are selling much more cosmopolitan offerings. You know, I think not many would consider them traditional, but they're selling more westernized, cosmopolitan food. Right? And I think this sort of reflects the changing identities that younger Singaporeans might have.
Guys, get here, please. I don't know why that hawkers are categorized to always sell chicken rice, or they are always categorized to always sell laksa. For service, we have 1 lobster and 1 turbot. Yep. Okay. Then after service, we break down fast, then we do a turbot tester.
Today I've got 5 hummus, 5 garlic bread, 5 green salad, 3 set, 4 potato, 14 Caesar, 3 asparagus, 3 reservations for Hafiz, 2 garlic, 1 prawn, 1 squid, 3 chicken, 3 cheese, 1 610 medium rare, 2 lamb, 275, 285 medium.
Yep. Okay, Ken, you guys have a good day. Bye-bye. A Singaporean who's a chef or cook or whoever has an idea, or want to cook food and want to sell food, open a hawker. Is there anything wrong at all? And if you see in how generations move, the next generation of hawkers, if our society allows this to happen, will become so much more diverse. There is, I think, a paradox to doing this kind of cuisine in a small hawker center like this. Because like next door, chicken rice is $4. Right here, the mee soto is $3.50. But then here we're serving like a steak for $100. Like we're selling a burger for like $18.
So 1 chicken burger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need 8 slabs of lamb chops.
8 slabs,
Yeah.
I can't do 8 slabs, bro, because that's all our lamb chops already.
Well, hawker culture in Singapore, I think, has evolved, clearly. You do have more Singapore families with high disposable income who are more willing to pay for all these so-called artisanal touches in terms of providing food services. People know what they are getting. They are happy to pay because this is being done by someone with passion. So it's clearly a case where hawkers find there is a market for such services.
Going table 29? I'm in a hawker center. Anybody in the world can come here and eat. I don't want to make myself or make this place like exclusive to a certain group of people who can only afford it.
One Caesar, yeah.
Yeah.
One squid.
Yes. I always try to find ways to make the food affordable to everybody. And we're serving like a very high marble beef right now. It's a 3+ marble score. Not high like Wagyu, but it's pure black Angus. Just to serve steaks. I have to trim it to make it smaller. In a sense, more affordable. In price per ratio, it is affordable. I think when we got like kind of famous, when we got popular, we turned into like a volume restaurant. Lamb in 3 minutes. So every day we have to cook so much. And in that sense, my energy like died down a bit, right? Because every day we're doing the same thing. Like I want to serve like the best produce. Like, I want to serve the best things. If I want to serve like with local ideas and local produce, it is in Jurong Fishery Port. I think that's crazy lah, that I get to go there and I get to see things that are alive, you know, the things that just died, and I get to work with it. And when I cook it, it is in its purest form. So dia sotong like macam gemuk sikit
Ah, gemuk sikit dia.
Habis dia daging keras.
Daripada Malaysia ni, lah.
Wah, this cantik eh.
Ni sedap.
Tapi bau ni pun tak ada eh.
Telur.
20 biji. And that's why I am transitioning into this whole new thing with seafood. Kasih yang besar-besar boleh lah. Dua ekor. I think hawker culture, we're in a turning point right now. If we just open our mind to the possibilities of building a new culture, which is still original to Singapore, a new hawker culture will come. And I think more people will enjoy it. And we will have something more diverse.
When I first told my friends about the idea that I want to be a hawker, my friends, some of them are like, okay, wow, that's quite a drastic change. So they'll be like, you want to give up your 9-to-5 job, you know, being cushy in an office to do this thing. So they thought I was a bit crazy. Okay, so like, you know, when you start with something, most of the time you are headless in direction. So we decide to go with that approach by calling ourselves the Headless Baker. So we sell tea cakes, donuts, and scones here.
Brownie 跟的。
我帮你。No. I will always be here. Then my dad.
So he's like the front of house, our Headless Baker mascot. Surprisingly, he does not know how to bake. So when you ask him to deal with cakes in the beginning, it was quite, oh my God, so sensitive for him. Like a little bit, he will damage the cake. Now he's fantastic, you know, in plucking the flowers, in frosting the pandan.
And then we have Pat over there. So she is like a pro at frosting all the cakes and get them ready.
Ghim Moh Hawker Centre has been around for many years, so you still get a lot of old hawkers selling their food here.
Dad, go.
All right, we're open for business.
Our store is quite special. It's because, first, I think I'm the youngest hawker here. And also, we sell a product that is quite unique. Like, you will not find it here, like in a hawker, but you will expect it from like a cafe or from a restaurant. So our most signature bakes is actually the Earl Grey Lavender. So it's a tea cake, you know, made of pure Earl Grey powder with some citrus peel inside. And we will frost the cake with orange icing. topped with some marigold flowers and also the lavender buds. For the lemon rose pistachio, it's a lemon butter cake, made from a lemon juice. Very fluffy, very soft, moist, and we will top with a lemon icing with some crushed pistachio and rose petals.
So within our hawker centres, there will be a set of fundamental food options that is very core to our Singapore culture, like your roti prata, chicken rice, wonton mee. Over the years, we are also seeing very new concepts and new food items coming in, either influenced by a younger generation or a different type of hawkers coming in, bringing new concepts within your hawker centres.
I think we managed to find a very tiny niche in the market where we can provide affordable, very interesting, very tasty bakes for our customer.
This is my sister.
Cinnamon also.
So our usual regular customers range from like a primary school kid all the way to like a 80-year-old auntie or uncle. The aunties and uncles, they like more comfort food. They will go for like a pandan or banana.
Hi, afternoon, sir.
The office people, they will come for the like lemon pistachio, our Earl Grey, where it's a bit more aesthetic looking. So they can bring it to the office and share with their colleagues.
Thank you, miss. Have a nice day. Hi.
The wonderful thing about the hawker centre is it's got this type of raw energy that fosters creativity, entrepreneurship, It's because of the low rent, people can go in and can do something they're passionate about.
I think the Headless Baker is an evolution in the hawker scene where we can bring the young and the old together. Food actually brings people together. It brings our conversations, sharing of memories, and I think that this is, for me, the hawker is where the Headless Baker belongs.
Chinatown Complex Food Center is the biggest market in Singapore. Most of the stalls, or at least the older stalls, all came from the pushcart downstairs. So all of them migrated here. There are still quite some stalls that have been here for quite a bit of time. And the second generation, the children are running it. So there's still quite a bit of heritage food here. I'm selling glutinous rice. Another wording for it is lo mai fan. For this kind of rice, there are primarily two tastes, the salty or the savory, and then the other one is a sweet. Some say it's a Cantonese dish, some say it's a Teochew dish. Why Teochew? Because sweet rice mainly is used during their birthdays. So they always make sweet glutinous rice for the children for birthdays. At the moment, I'm selling the sweet and savory. I have both types. When I enter a store, the first thing to do is boil water. I guess the whole process is a steaming process. And the rice soak, to me, glutinous rice is a bit technical, especially in the texture itself. So little bits of things will help to create the overall rice quality that I wanted. And then I will do the flavoring, so how I create the sauce enough to match the rice. It's due to experience. That means I actually can see and feel the texture. So that helped me to adjust the sauce to get to the taste I want. I'm going to flavor the sweet rice. Just now you've seen that I've added the sugar. There are more things to it. So this is a secret recipe. See you later. The selling part, I guess you have the rice, you have the peanut, you have the shallot. There's a lot of hand movement or wrist movement due to that. And then you have a couple tunnel kind of issue, your wrist will be pain. So at one time it's pretty bad. The moment I go home, I rub. Dinner time, I rub. At night before I sleep, I rub. The moment I wake up, I rub. How many times I rub so that I can start to move the hands. Yeah. It was severe enough that the whole wrist I cannot bend. You know? So in that manner, how can I work? I almost cannot work. This rice machine is very simple. There is a so-called spiral funnel that will feed the rice. There's also a collector that will collect the rice, and then it's a digital scale. So in the machine programming, you have to program the weight that you want. The machine basically will do the weighing and do the dispensing. This rice machine is also a warmer in itself. So the rice come out hot. Within 1 month, the carpal tunnel subside. In fact, I don't even rub nowadays. Nowadays, I'm rubbing my leg because of standing.
Hawkering is a really punishing business, right? You're standing at your stall from 3 a.m. every day till close, sweating, it's small, it's sticky, it's humid. Nobody wants to do that all day. So why can't technology alleviate some of that so that we free our hawkers up to do the more human side of the business, which is serving the customers, interacting with them?
Okay. Not many hawkers use machine. For the ease and for the consistency, many things can be automated already. So definitely machine application is good. It speed up the process, it's okay, to embrace it.
I founded the stall together with my girlfriend called M+ Fried Rice Paradise. M would stand for machine. So one of the special things that we feature is the use of machines. In the kitchen, things are always in a state of flux and chaos. Having the machine being able to switch on and off by itself when the time is up, there's a built-in timer into the machine, was a feature that we needed to have. Good fried rice tends to be rice that's been left to rest overnight, so it captures the texture better. But the problem with that was they would clump up. The rice goes in. We discovered if you have 2 spinning spatulas, they mix the rice up in a figure-8 configuration. So it was better at getting the rice to break up and homogenize. So even though, the sauce is added at the last stage, it doesn't have that uneven distribution problem. So it would really, homogenize everything well, keep the consistency up. Having the machine definitely, number 1, quickens the cooking process. Number 2, takes the most daunting parts of the labor out of the process. There was actually one time the machine broke down. Those were the most daunting 3 days of my life. the pure labor of it, having to do the stirring and the cooking of every single dish of fried rice, and to maintain the quality, really, really tiring. Really have a lot of respect for the older hawkers. They did that for years and years and years, and it's really quite a respectable thing that they have done. Prior to opening up, I spent about 6 months with my master, who runs a zi cha stall over at Buangkok, Shiyuan.
Hey, 嚟啦！
Hey, hello，阿偉，
點啊？生意
好啊，好啊。
OK 啊？
啊，
有什麼要幫的嗎？
嚟，你幫我攞過去嗰度就得啦。
OK。
啊。
I'm not taking any salary, I just go there to learn. So I learn all the nitty-gritty stuff that goes into running a zi cha stall. I still pop down to his shop and help out as and when I can.
我想問你啊。
I didn't have much experience in a Chinese kitchen. I learned a lot from him. My master has tried out the machine. I put it into his kitchen before. He said the machine slows him down. He can do it faster. But to me, the machine helps me to dovetail and get multiple things done. Because in his sense, he has 5 staff, right? So one guy to pick out the ingredients, one guy to pass him the ingredients, one guy to cook, he himself cook, another person to bring it out, another person to collect cash. So he has that freedom, right? I don't, right? I'm running on a bare bones here. The initial feedback that I got was that it feels a bit like cheating. They said you'll never be able to achieve the true taste of it if you're not doing it by hand, right? But that to me was a challenge, you know. How do I make use of the tools at my disposal to achieve what others deem unachievable? I'm trying to evolve the process. I'm trying to evolve the way it can be done. Hawker culture will always be cheap, good, everyday food to feed the hungry masses. What I'm doing is making that hawker culture alive and feasible by means of lowering the labor cost, by means of keeping the consistency up. I am just keeping it alive.
Hot one, huh? Hot. And then this one is 180.
I'm Madeline. I'm the founder of Mad Roaster. Hi, sorry, what can I get for you?
Nice, nothing.
Hawker food is definitely like a big part of us growing up. My family, we grew up not super affluent. There were ups and downs. I remember there were periods where like my mom, she had to make sure that every single meal for our family of 4 was like under $2. So then you have to like budget and find ways.
Thank you.
So I never really thought much of the hawker trade growing up. I know it's like every other day you're eating at a hawker center, but I never considered it as a profession. So our signature dishes are the kaya butter toast. We use our laminated brioche that we make by ourselves, and it's a hybrid of brioche bread and croissant bread. So you get like a very crispy, flaky, and pillowy soft bread with your kaya. And then we also serve it with support eggs. Another of our signatures is the chocolate babka. After toasting, we add homemade custard and salted chocolate crumble. The honey butter scone. Some people call it like atas bolo bao because we serve it with a slab of butter inside, and then on top we pour like honey butter sauce. Very hot, let's get very, very hot. So Mad Roaster started when I was a refugee lawyer in Bangkok, Thailand. And I was looking for a way to create refugee livelihoods while working from Singapore. I think I remember reading an article about how in Singapore in CBD, coffee shop can sell like maybe 100 cups a day or something. And I was like, oh, imagine we can sell 100 refugee artwork a day through coffee.
So over the years, we're starting to see signs of younger hawkers coming in, and they have different motivations from coming in compared to the hawkers we were resettling off the streets in the past. Younger hawkers see hawker centres as a stepping stone to create something bigger.
I'm sticking the logo stickers. All of our cups, when we serve coffee, it comes like that. So what they do in Thailand is that they color the stickers. So what they get is a sheet of this. Well, they get one whole sheet of this, except that without any color at all. So it's just like the geometric chicken in black and white. And then with the color pencils, they go crazy. They can do whatever they want. Oh my God, you should see some. They're like very cute. Like, look at this one. This one is so cute, right? Like, they really just do whatever design that they want to do. Anyway, so for every sticker that they color, they get 10 baht, which is like 50 cents around there in Singapore. We commit to order from them 300 stickers every month, which means essentially they're getting 3,000 baht every month just by doing this work on a consistent monthly basis. And that is actually the general price of rent in Bangkok. So we bake everything at Enabling Village Slow Bar. We transport it to our various outlets. Back when I started, it would be 7 a.m. come and open the shop. So the full day we'll be selling until around like 3 p.m. That's when we close shop. Then you clean, wash down the whole shop. Then you go back and I will be baking bread. I think when I first told my family, they were kind of hoping that I would drop it eventually. Like she'll just give up. My parents would see me wake up at like 4, 5 a.m. And so I think for my mom, that was a bit of like, okay, she's very serious about this. And she's doing this every day. She's not going to stop. My parents also suggested to me, they're like, okay, fine, if you must do this, can you at least go and open a cafe? Like, it's a bit more, you know, like, I don't know if it's prestigious or what, or there's aircon at the very least. But then I was very, very adamant, like, no, I only want to open in hawker because what I really wanted was volume. Because we're selling coffee, but what we're really selling is the refugee art on the coffee. So the more cups of coffee we sell, the more art we can sell. And then, therefore, the more art we can go back to our refugee and commission them to color every month. Try again. Actually, I didn't drink coffee at all before. Like, even when I was a lawyer, people were like, huh, that's crazy because you all do like work overnight and then everyone's drinking like 5 cups of coffee a day. But I was the only one who was like, no, I refuse to drink coffee. I don't want to be addicted. And then now I am. But it's something I picked up just because I realized that it was a very high-moving consumer good that works in the CBD. That's why I went to learn coffee. I'm trying to calibrate the taste of the coffee, a bit of sweetness, and like you don't want a hollow coffee. So for today, I feel like maybe either we go a bit finer or we can extract a bit longer. For us, our primary focus is making sure that the coffee is good, the bakes are good. Thank you. What we want is for people to come back as repeat customers simply because the food is so good. We don't want to depend on people's like pity or altruism because I don't think that's super sustainable. So if we are giving you something consistent like good food, I think that's a lot more sustainable and something that we can bank on when we promise the refugees this work is going to be here for you every month.
Latte and cinnamon.
I think for myself and quite a few of the hawker friends that I have, they didn't start their shop because they had no other job. There's like nothing else that they can do. They started it because they are genuinely passionate about the food that they want to serve.
Before I became a hawker, I was working as a tax accountant in an audit firm. It's actually my first job out of school, so I actually had a bit of like a tough time transitioning from school life to like society. So like you cannot go home until like you basically sort of like balance the figures or something. I remember I was feeling very stressed and I was having hallucinations about reality. The diagnosis was bipolar disorder. After my bipolar diagnosis, I took a gap year. That's when I sort of like came back to myself, recollected what do I actually want in life. Do I just want to sit behind a computer and like balance figures, or do I want to do something for myself? So I remember I had like a familiar Min Jiang Kueh store called Granny Pancakes, which I always frequent. The boss name is Billy, and I always drop by his store to buy his Min Jiang Kueh. Then one day I thought maybe I'll just ask him, can I learn from you? Because I think I want to, be like you. I want to be a hawker selling Min Jiang Kueh. You have to be totally present. So when you beat the flour, you have to follow the rhythm of your heart. The end goal is actually to make it fluffy and creamy. So my best-selling flavors are peanut. That is like a no-brainer. It's the classic flavor. People buy it a lot every day. I hand mix the peanuts and then I make my own kueh. And then that's when I slot in the peanut. A very simple thing, very simple dish, but it's actually very delicious. Hey, this is really... I have like off-menu specials. So in this coconut flavor, right, I have the peanut filling, then I add on my white coconut, which I took a year to come up with. Then I top it out with toasted coconut flakes. And then finally, I put on the peanut butter.
I think younger hawkers bring a different set of ideas, but also the different types of foodstuffs that they might sell, at the hawker center. And I think this will change Singapore's hawker culture and hopefully change for the better.
红豆花生还有椰子啊。Okay, this pancake business has helped me in my mental health. It definitely gave me the space to be with my thoughts. At the end of the day, I'm very proud of what I do. Every day, I just get so much satisfaction from managing my own store because it's really not easy. In fact, it is not just about being a hawker. There's more to it. It's like running your own small business. I'm really passionate about this dish. Now, I don't have any bosses. It's just me and finding out what I can do and what I cannot do. So I just see it as an adventure. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and it will work out.
I think the neighborhood of Bangkok is younger crowd here. They grew up with like Japanese foods in shopping malls, so they are more open to try the food. So in newer hawker centers, I feel if you have concepts that are new, different, you can try them in newer hawker centers. Your chances of success is much higher than in the older hawker setting. I feel the new hawker center brings in a new wave of hawkers also.
The government stopped building hawker centers in the 80s. We only started rebuilding hawker centers in 2011 when we realized that there are parts of Singapore that didn't have enough affordable food options. And that's where we brought in a new model called the Socially Conscious Enterprise Hawker Center, SEHC for short. We decided to contemplate a different model was because compared to before, where there was already a base of hawkers that we are trying to resettle into the hawker centers, in these new centers, we had to source for the hawkers. They could be chefs in restaurants, people looking for a change in their careers.
So my first hawker store is here, Bangkok. This Hong Kong egglet brand. This was a very popular snack, right? When it first started, business was very, very good. But snacks, I think over time, it cannot be eaten as a daily meal in a hawker center. So the business is slowly, started to taper down and all that. So I decided I shouldn't continue. I should do something that can generate more revenue. Something like a staple food, either noodles or rice. That's how I started to dabble into this Japanese mazesoba. So today is the first day that I changed the egglet store to the mazesoba store. Signboard and everything, actually it was just done last night. So today is the first time I'm seeing it in full as well, open. Actually last night, didn't get much sleep because we decided to prepare a lot of stuff. 那水滚了哦，那风扇要吹那边。
边的人不是很热，叫我选这边站。
你的 CV 你弄的时候哦，跟你讲完蛋，会飞吗？
那你的 CV 放里面哦。
So my mom actually helps me a lot, especially the preparation for the stuff at the store. She doesn't complain. Whenever I need help, she will help me. So without her, I don't think I will be able to set up the store as smoothly as it is now. 你的咖喱粉
不懂他们的人。
ยัง不行吗？
Oh yeah.
Today is the first day, so actually, to be honest, a bit nervous. I don't know what to expect later on. Actually, I'm figuring things out right now. I do not know where to put all this stuff because it's the first time, right? Opening in this store and preparing stuff in this store.
我们没有小的 spoon 呢。
等下直接去买就好了。The tablespoon, we forget to buy for the content. Mazesoba is a kind of Japanese noodle. It's similar to our Singapore bak chor mee. But this is Japanese style with Japanese flavors and Japanese ingredients. So basically it's like a dry noodle, and then we have a sauce at the bottom where you can stir. And then we add ingredients on top. And you can mix everything in and then you can just eat it, right? So we also use, the onsen egg and all that. So mazesoba is actually like a Japanese version of bak chor mee.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hello, Rick.
How's
Hi.
everything?
Hi.
Okay, so we're gonna come in today to work with you on some marketing shoot.
Okay. Joe manages the whole hawker center here. He oversees almost everything here to make sure everything is running.
Private operators bring their different F&B, tenant management, or in general hawker operation expertise into the hawker center scene. And there are many different interesting innovations, right? So if you look at the new hawker centers, many of them have a different identity or a different unique proposition. And they do sort of, I think, give us ideas of what hawker centers could be or could look like.
There'll be more visual effect.
Yeah.
he will help us take some photos or videos and then he'll upload to social media for us. That will help us in marketing lah, because ultimately we are still new ma. Any form of marketing is good for us. It takes effort lah, to be honest. So Joe suggested the food tasting for my new shop. He wants to see how it tastes like.
Oh, wow, looks good.
He can see from the pictures, okay, it looks quite nice, but he hasn't actually tasted the food yet.
Carol, you must try.
How is the taste? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's good, it's good. Just that I think by adding the garlic, it gives this additional flavor, which I think a lot of people will like. It's like the local bak chor mee kind of thing. Yeah.
So if someone that has a lot of experience in managing hawker stores or F&B tells me that this concept can be done, a lot of people will like it, then I guess it gives me the sort of confidence that I need to push on. Setting up a hawker store, it seems easy, but actually there's a lot of things at the back that you have to consider. Even like the electrical things in the shop, there's certain amperes that we can use. So anything above, or if we bring in too many equipments, it will black out the whole shop. That kind of thing we don't know ma. I think it's quite a fun journey for me because it's a new experience. Like basically you are learning something that you've never done before.
I sell fish soup in Tanjong Pagar Plaza. Prior to this, I was running a print company. You know, we do advertisements on newspapers. But as you know, it's a sunset industry. Hey, 大哥。
哎，老板，早上好。
哎，今天上香啊？
啊，对，上香。要保单哦。
Yeah, okay 了。这样美件。I have a young family. There's 5 of us together, so 3 young kids. And so in order to plan ahead, I really needed something to support the family. And I think that there's potential in F&B. I also feel that it's an evergreen business. Yeah. So to me, freshness and consistent quality is very important. Yeah. When I buy my fish, right, one thing I look out for is how hard the meat is, the flesh is. So it has some bounce in it. The inspiration of this store came about from a dish that I had when my parents used to bring us to eat at Woodlands, but the hawker center has been torn down already. It's a seafood soup. So this is the taste that I remember growing up. And over the years, I've tried to replicate the recipe. And this was a dish that made me want to come and do this business. I was casually looking out for stores which is near me. Then I actually chanced upon this program by NEA. It's called the Young Hawker Incubation Store. So I actually wrote in to apply.
Hawkers get access to resources to then grow and scale their businesses. So that way, hawkers don't just get access to a stall, they get access to support, structures, and fighting chance at survival.
So the store contract is 15 months, and for the first 9 months, the rental is at 50%. And then the remaining 6 months, it will be at 70%. This program actually included the fittings. That means all the stainless steel, all the cabinets, the counter free, everything is included. When I first learned that I got the store, I felt happy, but at the same time, I was so doubtful whether I could really survive this trip. I knew I was going to be working alone, and with the occasional help from my wife, and it's going to be very tiring. In the first few months of doing this, I did not spend enough quality time with my kids in the evenings because I would be so tired that I would just knock out on the couch. To be honest, the first 6 to 8 months, I wasn't making money. When the queue started forming, I was quite surprised and taken aback. And I actually had to, push myself to move faster so that we can clear the queue faster. Yeah. The item they're selling is my batang fish side soup. I think the flavor profile of this dish is very natural, very clean. You can really taste the flavor of the fish bones, the pork bones that I use. And I don't use MSG, so the MSG taste does not cover, the natural flavors of the soup. Come, check out.
Bye, Mr. Tikan. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. See you.
My children, they know that I'm a hawker. And in fact, I think the school teachers know as well because they keep telling their school teachers, my papa sell fish soup. Papa. Hello. Ayo. I think my children are too young to understand what it means to be a hawker. Yeah. But I hope my children can pick up from me is, the value of really true hard work. That hard work is something that eventually and almost certainly will always pay off. Yeah.